Hi peeps, happy Sunday. First let me say please excuse any noise you hear. It is Sunday morning and the kids next door are just going crazy. So please excuse that if you hear any loud yelling. So I have a journal to share with you. And then now I hear the bird that's next door. It's just one of those mornings. So anyway, I have a journal share for you today, and this journal will be listed in my Etsy shop by the end of the day today. It is a big girl. She is 7 inches by 9.5. Yeah, she's big, and she's a little chunky. She's not too chunky, but she's a little chunky. So this did not come from any specific collection. There's papers in here that Melly sent me, some that I had in my stash, and I just kind of all pulled them all together and made like a botanical theme. So there's lots of flowers and birds and butterflies. So yeah, so let's get started. So this came from Melly, and it says, "A little birdie told me," and I have the little bird whistling next door. So because she was on the cover, I wrapped the lace more around the back here, and here are some birds in the back. And what I did with this, I kind of wrapped some burlap ribbon around the journal. It is adhered on the inside, but it's not on the outside. So if you absolutely hate this, you could just cut it and take it off. But I like it. So I tied a bow, and then I tied a bunch of sari silk ribbon and some coffee dye seam binding. And I have this dangle charm in my stash. I don't remember where I got it from. I think someone must have sent it to me a long time ago. And so I kind of broke it apart and made 2 little dangle charms, and then I added the flower charm at the end, and the other piece of it I have in the journal as well. So it was pretty long. And then I just added the Tim Holtz little clasp here, so you can take it off easily. Because this is so bulky, if you want to take it off because it's interfering with the writing, you just untie it and it comes right off. So, oh, and then the closure is some coffee dye seam binding that's adhered underneath the covers. Goodness. Yeah, 1 cup of coffee, you guys. You know it. So, yeah, let's get started. Hopefully there won't be too many interruptions. This is take 2. So, okay, let me just tell you quickly before I get there. So you guys know, if you saw my haul video about my junk journal supplies that I got, you saw that I bought a sewing machine. So I did a couple of little sewing projects that I didn't think came out too bad. They're absolutely not perfect. I'm still a beginner. I'm still teaching myself. But I thought they were good enough to go into this journal. So I'll point them out when I get there. So we have a pocket here with this butterfly journal card that I got from the bestie. And so I'm just going to flip through. I did some stamping on some of the pages, coffee dye paper, tsunami rose, digi papers here, some more stamping. I used my dies and used the scraps and made little journal spots, so you can actually journal on the back of it because they're double-sided, but the other side is pretty neutral. And then I have this paper that Melly sent me as well, and it's pretty thin, so I kind of consider it to be like stationery. So if it was my journal, I would journal on both sides because this is pretty light with a black pen, and then journal on the back as well. I also bought this big book of roses, and it's so beautiful. The pictures are so pretty. So I pulled them apart. I pulled the pages out, and I'm going to be using them in a lot of my journals because I really, really love doing that. So it goes this way. So there's lots of pretty roses and rose gardens. So yeah, I love that. I just love it. I hope you guys like it too. And so what I was thinking for the back, I have a lot of these little die cut pieces that I cut for this, not only for this journal, but for future journals. If you don't want this, you can just use this to cover it, you know, any kind of way. I have different sizes, so you can cover it like this or flip it over where it's totally plain. Maybe put some washi tape over the words, because you guys know that I include washi tape samples with the journals as well. So just to tell you that. So here I have this chipboard bird cage that I distressed with some vintage photo. I have some eyelash trim, I think this is what it's called. I put a Tim Holtz bird on top, and then I added these enamel dots. And then here is one of those dies that I coffee dyed with some leftover file folder, and then I decoupage a napkin on top so you can journal on the back. And then there's the envelope here and a journal card here that you can write on. I added a little lace here and I left it open. Oh God, those kids are going crazy. Little tuck spot underneath if you wish to tuck something underneath. I apologize for the noise, you guys. I cannot do this video over again. So I have a glassine bag here that I added this pretty little, what is these called? Ferns, I think. And I added a little butterfly sticker, and inside is just a tag that's been coffee dyed. I added some little reinforcements that I distressed. I learned that little tip from Nick the Booksmith. And some coffee dyed seam binding, and this is the other part of that dangle charm here. Okay. And some tsunami rose paper, some more of that thin paper as well. Sticker from Dollar Tree. Another Dollar Tree sticker at the top, a little butterfly. Here's another one of those pictures from the Rose book. It's just a beautiful garden. It's just gorgeous. And here's another little journal card. And like I was saying, if you don't want this picture, you can just use this to cover it, which is why I put this here. So if you want to use it to to cover that picture, you can. I have a little chipboard piece right here that you can write on, and I left it open so you could tuck little things in here. So I have this tiny little journal card right there. Okay, so here's one of my first, my little first sewing projects. I made this lace pocket and I just glued on this little butterfly, and then this is actually cheesecloth behind it, just a little bit tucked in there. And then here's another coffee dye tag that I added in there, and that's some sari silk, I believe that is. Come on. There we go. So the sewing is not, I mean, it's a little wonky, but it's not too bad, I don't think. My first little attempt. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. So I'm practicing, like, every chance I get, I practice doing it. So here is a little coin envelope, or a big coin envelope. I put a little rub-on there, and there are just 2 tags, I think. Yeah, 2 tags in there that you can journal on. And I added this little mini clothespin. I forgot I had these things. I don't know why I never remember to use them. So I'm going to add them in your goodie bag in case you want to use them. It's a little stamp up here at the corner. Okay, so here's sewing project number 2. I sewed around this fabric swatch I had and just added a little chipboard up here at the top. Sorry about the noise, you guys. So hopefully you don't think it's too bad. I glued it on there after I sewed it. I don't know if I said that, but I did. Here's the other part of that rose garden. So see, you can see how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. And then here's sewing project number 3. So I did some zigzag stitch. I was getting fancy. And I just sewed one strip of paper and then I glued it to another strip because I didn't trust myself to actually sew on the exact page. But I don't think it came out too bad. I could have went a little closer to the edge here, but I was a little afraid. But I don't think it came out too bad. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. Oh, but it's never ending. It's never ending. So I have a couple of things in here. It's actually a double tuck spot. So there's a tuck spot. Let me see if I can pull back so you can see. So there's a tuck spot underneath the black and then in between here. So hopefully the camera is picking that up. So there's one here. And then I have this little Tim Holtz die that I cut. And then there's one here. And then this is just some journal paper that you could journal on that I added here. And then I just glued this little flower down here at the bottom. I know if I do this video again, it's probably going to get worse. So I apologize for the noise. So here is the other side of that envelope. And I left it open. Here's a tag that I coffee dyed. That goes in here. Little sticker. Three-dimensional sticker. Or a dimensional sticker. I don't know what you call it, you guys. So here's the other part of that rose page. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, excuse the nails. I caught myself polishing them yesterday, and then I decided I needed to do stuff because I couldn't sit still long enough for them to dry, so they got messed up. Here's another little sticker here. Little butterfly stamp at the corner. And, oh, I didn't even keep something out for this, did I? Oh, let me reach over here. Sorry, guys. So I put this frame here and I just glued on the flower, but I left it open. So if you wanted to slip a picture in behind there, you could. Or you could just glue it down and maybe journal in the middle. Whatever you want to do. And I have a sticker down here. And on the back, this is actually packaging from Prima. It had my rub-ons, and I just thought it was just way too pretty to go to waste. So I just inked around the edges, and I added this spot for journaling here. There's some cheesecloth underneath and some yarn, so you can use that as well. And then that's it. So as you can see, there's the ribbon. I don't know if I pointed that out, but So that's it, you guys. I hope you like this big journal. It was actually a lot of fun. I actually did it in just a few hours. So I hope you like it. And like I said, it'll be in my shop by the end of the day today. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a great Sunday. Talk to you later. Bye.